lot of the guys want.
Okay, it's starting.
Aaron, is your wife here?
She is not.
Okay.
Oh, this is one of our most beautiful videos.
By the microphone. Anybody else want to be by the microphone? You be a microphone.
I really like how this property is
I'm sitting close enough. They're just gonna keep hearing me munching this food.
Alrighty. So I guess the first item in our agenda.
Yeah, this is the part where there's the microphone. It's
Oh, okay. So the first item on our agenda, I guess we can have Aaron introduce himself to the group since he's new.
Aaron Black. Not from around here, I guess to say. I'm from South Carolina. Kind of lived all over, East Coast, West Coast, North, South. Moved a lot for work. But my wife's from Hendersonville. Yeah, we moved back here for her. I was able to get my company to commit some to start an office here. So we'll do that. And we plan on being here for the foreseeable future.
Perfect. And are you guys peaceful parenting people, or do you consider yourselves to be peaceful parents?
Yes,
and,
we won't strike our child. I'm completely against
That's awesome. Awesome. Are y'all into the whole volunteer stuff too?
We are.
That's totally cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, if I wouldn't consider myself an ANCAP, but I'm somewhere in between ANCAP and libertarianism, somewhere in there.
Okay. Well, as long as you're a volunteer, that's the big thing, you know.
Yep.
Were there any thinkers or people that influenced you, like Ron Paul or anyone like that?
I think Ron kind of got me in it to start, kind of like most people.
made sure to go to the military.
Good.
Yeah, it's funny, a little tiny small town, and like you've met a few of them online, Arians, and we all hang out together. So
That is so awesome.
That's great.
in my hometown down in Flatlands, South Carolina. All my guy friends down there. That was crazy.
Well, don't feel worried about being a transplant, because I think almost all of us are. I don't think any of us are actually from here, except for maybe I think Shannon.
Yeah, I'm OG, 20 years strong.
Oh, you're from here? Okay, great. Well, we got Logan and Shannon, but those are like their only
20
two
years
people.
strong.
All right. Well, the first thing I want to talk about in the meeting is we just came up with a list of quantitative goals for 2016 that we want to accomplish. And I'm going to read through them. And if anyone has for either modifying them or adding any, just let me know and I'm done reading them and we can talk about that. As far as recruitment goals are concerned, by the end of 2016, we want to have like 50 people here, part of the TVI group. We want to have at the very least 4 activist events, 2016. 2 play dates a month for the kids that each have at least 4 or more families involved. 10 quote-unquote fun events, which could be anything from like a New Year's party to like the Thanksgiving thing we just did, that have at least 12 people or more. We want to raise $1,000 to be used for purchasing merchandise or getting tables or traveling to other events around the country to kind of promote the word that we're here and what we're doing. And we want to...
That was
What is this?
Just
Making content?
we want to produce some. I think we're still working on it. I just wrote that down.
Yeah, we're going to produce some content. I'm going to be turning each of the chapters of my book into videos and putting those on the site because those are kind of already answering the most common questions about voluntarism. Other people are free to suggest things, resources on peaceful parenting they want to include on the site. As far as content's concerned, maybe you can write a blog or an article or make a podcast, or there's someone else's blog or article that's really good. Just let us know. We'll try to get that on the site. Does anyone have any questions or suggestions regarding any of those goals? Anyone?
Or any other ones you want to?
Yeah, comments.
I'm kind of set.
State by the end of 2015.
I'm kind of
lofty.
set on a new little project now that I'm kind of taking over. Because considering I'm not going to take a plea and go to probation, I'm either going to get off or I'm going to go to prison. So in the meantime, I'm going to at least accomplish one good thing. So what I've been doing is I went and I got online versions downloaded through PDF of all the law books for North Carolina with all their statutes and all their codes. And what I'm doing is I'm putting together a few different things. Like I'm putting a petition together to not just legalize marijuana, but also have something to where we can research it, to where like we can actually do what Todd was doing and have everyone on the same page at the same time. What?
I don't like legalization.
Well,
I just want.
well, let me finish.
not be
The
there.
next thing I'm doing with the statutes is there's a few different things that I've been looking into as far as like statutes in agriculture and farming to see if I can somehow create a system to where it works for everybody, because they say one of the reasons they can't legalize it is because they don't have a system to, tax it, to regulate it, to make it work for all parties,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the weed
so-
man ain't gonna let them enslave him.
Well, no,
I
but
get-
what I want to do is I want to make it to where, if that one weed man does want to do something, he can, he can do that and not have to worry, about the state coming in and destroying everything he's worked for. I'm basically gonna, give a petition going and create this system, and then I want to go present it.
All right, excellent. That sounds like a cool goal.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any comments, suggestions, concerns, want to modify? Or does that sound good to everyone
Is there
else?
anything else we want to achieve next
Yeah.
year? I mean, those are just some really broad categories.
Summertime, the TVI river float.
Oh, snap.
And that can be one of the fun events that we talked about here.
Well, what about like some kind of
Well, that can be.
It could be one of the activist event. Yeah, like clean the highway or feeding the homeless
Yeah.
or whatever.
I
I
really
really,
those things is really good.
Yeah.
I really like how that list is really broad.
We want it to be because we want you guys to kind of put the exact.
And
things
almost
we wanna
like
do.
if we actually, the committee thing doesn't seem to be happening, but we've got very different kind of goals of different groups of people. I think we should have more goals for the activism people. What do you guys want to do? I mean, this is just a number. What do you actually want to do? What are the peaceful parenting people really want to accomplish? I mean, play dates are great. Is there more than that? We need to talk about that too.
Yeah,
But
is there like something like educational for the kids or educational, like peaceful parenting classes? I would be interested in that, or birthing class. Like I'm not a parent, but I obviously want to learn as much as possible. But and a part of peaceful parenting lifestyle. So that,
another thing we were talking about
Hosting,
before.
like something for the community. You mean like make it an event where we could teach out.
But even to each other.
Other people.
Because we were talking before about there's a lot of stuff like that we like. There's a lot of gaps for us because there's people that are parents that just not, haven't gotten into that much stuff. There are peaceful parents that don't know that much about voluntarism or don't know that much about the state that are in our group because they've been more focused on the parenting thing. So
Yes.
so we're trying to figure out how in general do we disseminate our ideas, even just among our own group, so we're all on the same page and we can do better at reaching out to others.
yeah.
So what you're talking about really ties into that. I don't know the best way.
Yeah, we want to bring both things together.
Maybe we could do seminars. Maybe we could
That
Yeah.
would be cool.
I was gonna say maybe like some of the events could be like a educational
include it as
training
a side thing.
kind of
like,
thing, like its own.
this
event,
person
not-
or these
not the
people are going to
meeting.
talk about this stuff at this event, and we can have a discussion or like a.
I'll volunteer to do.
I mean,
talk about volunteering
Chase can
stuff.
talk about.
Yeah.
Well, you can talk a lot about the state stuff, and some people might ask like, or like you're not fully ANCAP, so you might have concerns about. Well, how do you deal with this, and this? We can have that conversation with
What
the folks.
fucking roads?
It could be really
Let's pay the
interesting to
roads.
Even include things that are already going on in the community. Like if there's
Daily
a nonviolent
conversation.
communication group already, like
Mm.
kind of being maybe trying to be a part of that or hosting. an
We're already
event.
doing that. Like Haney and Kelly have their unschooling stuff. They're not voluntarists, but a lot of our stuff, or a lot of our peaceful parenting stuff, is in.
Yeah, that's good. I think we should use our agile learning as something that we involve the TVI people to.
Well, and I would almost argue we should maybe consider taking some of the methodologies of agile learning and applying them to our events,
That's fine.
so that we can get some more dialogue. And
I'm
some-
down with that. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I'm down.
And it's something I think we could all. You have to do that we could all work at together too is the recruitment part about getting people interested or even the people that are already here active. If you see posts on other Facebook groups or other pages or something of like, hey, I'm looking for a cool, peaceful community or voluntarist or libertarian community, where's everyone at? And like, if just one person is writing, oh, hey, we're in Nashville, come visit, here's our page, then that's cool. But if every time or most of the times whenever we saw something like that, like,
3 or
oh yeah,
4.
we've got a cool group in Asheville,
Yeah.
here's the link. then a lot of people would find out. And I think like those people who came to the potluck here a month or two ago, I just like found them like in BRLP. They wrote like, where is it? Like, why is
Yeah, if
nobody
you guys are
commenting?
still
Like,
part of the
hey, yeah, we have a
BRLP.
group. Like, come meet up with us, and they did. And every time
Mhm.
someone's mentioned that on BRLP, I've been like, oh yeah, like we're gonna have a cool group where
That's
we have a
perfect.
cool
It's
group.
a really good
That's
idea.
perfect.
Not a lot of people haven't messaged back, but
Yeah, if any of you guys are still in the BRLP group, try to encourage people to check us out too.
I see
If any of you
private-
are.
So there's like
messages, but I
there's
think
some
it goes
groups that have
to
like a
other-
million unanswered messages from people who want to do that.
No, I mean like
Message
post
pages.
on the group. Like, hey,
well, I'm
anyone's
kind
interested
of
in
worried
TVI.
about posting directly on
block.
there because I don't want to be blocked. Like I still want to.
Oh, just private message the
Yeah, so
people
I
who
just,
are
like,
posting in
I
there.
didn't put anything on the group and just.
So is
private
there
messages.
would
That's a
the,
good
the
idea.
Blue Ridge Alert Project block you if you're trying to?
It's the Liberation Project.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm worried that
Oh.
maybe.
they've
Just leaving that up.
they transformed. Justin, me and him originally founded that project.
Okay, 'cause I thought you were like the creator of the.
I was one of the
Okay.
co-founders, and then he went
I think a lot
anarcho-primitivist and kind of abused his power with the admin role that he had.
Okay.
And then so we split off into the TVI.
Yeah, that
Ah,
they're gathering now.
But okay, so
is that where your post from the primitive?
Yeah.
That's
No,
kind of
so
worried
so you
that-
want to be all
It's all
primitive, but you're sitting on
anti-ID.
Facebook making a bunch of posts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just think that people who do hear about or do think about different liberty organizations, when they think about Asheville, they do still think about like the Liberty Project. So I think a lot of people do go to that page. And
Exactly.
I think we could be scanning that as people who are interested and post there. Like Justin doesn't even want them anyway. Like that's not part of his thing now. So
Exactly.
it's not like we're taking his friends or something. It's just something he's not into now.
That's true.
So we're
That's
telling
very
them,
true.
hey, your tribe is here.
Y'all co-founded it though. You didn't change the name on it though.
No, I just totally separated it completely.
We didn't
And
really work with
I let them have it.
that at all.
Yeah, we tried. You wouldn't name us.
Yeah.
All of the members of his organization that were actually in Asheville.
Micah.
Micah. Hey, Micah.
And also, that reminds me, not only should we do this with the BRLP page, but also maybe the FSP groups. There's lots of FSP groups out there for people considering moving there who aren't aware of the fact that there's other
The Free State
liberty
Army.
organizations out here.
And there's a lot of unschooling groups. I think I heard about
Yeah.
BRLP from the whole
Yeah.
unschooling group.
Yeah, we
Like
could.
someone posted on there, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, we could go on Reddit. There's a lot of finding the unschoolers and telling them, hey, we've got an unschooling community here. I think that's a great way to go.
Yeah. That seems to be the popular draw is the peaceful parenting unschooling stuff.
I mean, those people are more motivated to be active because they have more of a reason to.
I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah, and they
Just like me,
They're
as
looking-
I'm speaking for myself here, I don't have kids.
yeah, there's a strong motivation to find a community of other unschoolers. So
Right. So for recruitment, we've got scan different groups. That's a good idea.
Always plug it. Whenever there's an opportunity to plug that shit. I plug it all the time. I'm always plugging TVI stuff whenever I can.
Cool. Good to-
And I'm gonna try to do some more interviews with some more podcasters and stuff talking about it or whatever. So, all right. So the next item is we want to do either a Christmas or a New Year's event. I don't know if anyone has a preference for which one we do a TVI thing for, either Christmas or New Year's.
What about like an event for both? Maybe kind of just one
We could still
holiday
have gift
event.
exchange, but it could be near.
Because why does it have to necessarily be like
Yeah.
Christmas
New
or
Year's
New
gift
Year's? Like, why can't it just be like a
It
holiday?
does. It
event?
could be something in between if that's what you guys
Oh,
prefer.
good. I
Well, if we do it for Christmas anyway, it'd probably be the weekend after Christmas, right? Like we're not
Like,
gonna
in
do it on
between.
Christmas. It could be the 28th.
What is the
Let's do it
weekend? What is the weekend between?
Oh, I appreciate it.
Can we do
Here, I'll
Christmas
look
is
it
on
up.
a Friday, and New Year's is on the next Friday.
So you guys want to do something on the 26th, the 27th, as they / New Year's night?
Would be
Yeah.
Sunday is.
I think we should
That's
do like
what we're
a.
considering.
Sunday?
What do you
How
call
about
it?
the
White
27th? Does that work for anybody?
What-
The
what day is
27th?
the 27th?
Sunday or December 27th?
Where you like give
It's
like
not
a
good
crappy
for
gift and you
me,
can like
but
steal it.
I
Damn.
mean, if it's good for, I mean, someone might have.
How about Saturday? Saturday good for you guys?
Saturdays are good
Aaron.
for me, but
Aaron,
Vanessa works
nice to
on
meet
Saturday.
Oh, damn.
This little one.
She's 3 months.
Tuesday's good for me.
Tuesday? Tuesday? Okay.
Wait,
It was Tuesday the 29th?
I usually
Aaron
work on Tuesday.
You're Aaron. Your
Oh,
4-month-old
yeah,
is.
Aaron Keith.
Tuesday 29th, right?
This is Lucy.
If I
Hi,
have to work on
Lucy.
Tuesday, I
So
can get it off pretty easy.
So is everyone here notionally okay 29th?
Cutie.
Yay, nay?
Are you talking about?
We'll be out of
We're gonna do a
town.
Christmas / New Year's mashup.
No.
To
On
The
Tuesday?
29th,
really, really,
Tuesday
I guess,
29th.
probably.
Like what time of day?
Are we thinking evening, afternoon? What kind of time frame?
That's a
Evening? Okay. How about Casey? How about evening?
Yeah, bonfire. Bonfire.
Bonfire.
That's what I love. AKA.
Casey, would you mind if we did that here?
I don't think that'd be a problem.
Okay. All right. So notionally,
Huh?
we'll notionally plan for Tuesday the 29th meeting here in the evening.
Sure. That sounds
And I think there's going to be a bonfire involved. So bring
We
your
want a poker
marshmallows.
game.
Poker game, yeah, that'd be great.
Bring $5 if you want to play.
Oh yes, and there's
on
also
the Christmas party or when?
the 29th.
Will there be a
Yeah.
gift exchange?
I think
A voluntary.
I think if we brought like a stupid under $10 gift and then that one where you steal it from other
Yeah, the
people,
white
that would be
elephant. The
hilarious.
white
I thought
elephant
that
gift.
sounded like a good game.
I like the one that, well, maybe it's not as fun. Julia was saying, like, just want, and like somebody else probably wants it. Because like that game, you get crap.
The white elephant
that's
game.
White
yeah,
elephant
something
game. But
you-
like, there might be something like you might want to get rid of.
The white elephant
Or like
game
a
is-
swap.
You can bring anything though. I don't
That's
think.
true.
I think you could just bring. Old
We could
stuff.
even say like, bring here some recommendations. You could just.
So we could just make an event page and say this is the recommended
Oh, yeah,
activity.
old tennis shoes, that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So I'll let Michelle know to draft up a thing. If you guys have any ideas about specific things to do in that event, message
We can
Michelle
just-
and let her
we can
know.
make an event, like, that's a better
I'm
way to,
writing
like,
about
get
it.
it written down.
Yeah, sure. So we'll get that stuff to Michelle and she'll draft it up and take care of that.
I believe with Eric.
It'll be evening time, so she should be able to attend as well. So,
Locating children.
all right. The next item on the agenda is. Well, that's pretty much all I have. Does anybody have any things they want to bring up as far as specific activist events they want to do in the future, or social events? They have any ideas they'd like to put out there?
Activist event?
It could be anything: activist, social, whatever.
They're looking into their jury nullification stuff.
That's cool.
Steering clear.
We did a lot of that already with it when Todd's trial was going on. And
Okay.
maybe if you guys end up going to trial, we can do it for you.
Well, you got jokes.
No, I'm serious.
That's messed
I'm
up,
being
dude.
serious.
That's
If you do
messed
go to
up.
trial, we do that.
No, but honestly though, I was wanting to do something with jury nullification. I was wanting to do something with that.
Okay. All right. Well, if you think about it and get a plan together, let us know. And we'll see if we
Yeah,
can
like
do
I was
something.
thinking maybe do something like kind of active, like something moving around, whether it's just like walking around talking to people or standing in one location. It don't matter.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. I thought
They wandered far.
okay. Free range parenting. Not neglectful parenting. Free range parenting.
I was wanting to do something.
How long
that-
the
you,
flies
you might call this one a little overboard, but I was wanting to do something with kind of like, I guess a public loud challenge. Like, you get a bunch of people together and we walk down the street and express,
Yeah. There might be some people up for that, but I think most of the parents might not be for obvious reasons.
That's something that people within the organization can do, but it's not like
Yeah.
something
I
that I would, like,
That's why.
Yeah, but I'm
that's why
just
the-
saying.
it's cool to meet
Yeah.
people within the group who might be interested in that.
Like I want to be
Yeah.
comfortable doing that because I'm dad, but
That's where these
there might be some
committees.
others who are.
The idea of these committees happen. Like,
Well,
The
but also
activism
at the same
people
time,
should
you want
be-
to put the stamp of TVI on that too.
I mean,
Well,
I don't think
no.
Personally, I wouldn't, but
that's not.
No. Like I'm putting just my stamp, like myself on that.
yeah,
But I'm saying like I would like to do an event like that in the future.
and like
Like,
advertise
there's-
it within the group.
Yeah,
you
like
can
I
advertise
want to
it
get a
first,
group
yeah.
of people together and just advertise it as a general statement
Mhm.
that why can't we do this?
Yeah.
Well, I think something that we could put our name behind it is maybe hitting out during nullification literature near the courthouse, having the sign saying "Ask me about jury nullification," educating people.
A lot of people don't know about that.
I would especially like to do that if either one of you two have to go to trial, then we can do that to help support
Yeah, I
you.
don't know.
Why do you keep saying you two?
Because aren't you having something that you don't know if you're going to get the case dropped for your?
No, I don't know. Why do you say you two?
Because he's singing lawyer too. Because you both happen to be in.
Oh,
I'm not judging you. It's just you both happen to actually be dealing with the law right now. If someone else does, they'll be them too.
condemning both of us the way you're speaking.
No, I'm just saying in the case. I hope nothing happens.
It's like you guys have.
You're in
Well,
trouble.
are you in on it too? Do you know what's coming up?
No, I don't. I'm just saying, contingency planning, right?
One thing I hate are property taxes. I don't know if there's a way to
Oh yeah,
try to get something out there to the general
taxation
populace.
is theft. Activist of it.
That's
Oh,
exactly
man.
Hell yeah.
Not even that. Like, is there a way to get
I mean, specifically,
Hey,
Is there a way to
people
get
feel more
something like I
we
know a
can
lot
do
of
that
people
on
don't.
tax day.
Well, I know there's a lot of people
How
that
extreme
don't
are you
vote.
willing
Is
to
there a way
go
to push
at a
something to maybe get
taxation
something to
stuff
the people
event?
that do vote to where they can be
You should walk up to
a
police
local
officers and be
initiative
like, hey,
to overturn
can I have a third of your
property
money?
tax laws?
I think as an organization, we're
We don't do any
They're
political
gonna be like,
stuff.
what?
Mm.
Like with the system stuff. I mean, we can talk about ideas and principles and talk about why taxation is
we don't beg.
unethical or
Yeah.
it's uneconomic or whatever, but we don't do any political
Okay.
activists. But you're more than welcome to if you want to do an event to advertise through a group.
Okay.
That people might be interested.
Yeah, it's not like you wouldn't support.
It just wouldn't be a
that.
TVI sponsored event, but
I
you're
got you.
free to
Okay.
advertise and
Okay.
reach out to people in our group.
I'm sure there'd be plenty of people who would be.
Yeah, I just think that's tyranny at its core is property taxes. It's just
Oh, yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
In order to protect
Yeah.
your property, some of it.
It's not really your. It's not really your. That means it's not really your.
It's never
property.
yours.
Yeah.
I just sold a bunch of land, and,
Pay
and
your
while I
rent.
was at the closing, I signed it over. The lawyer looked at me funny, but I was like, "This is my." How do I say it to him? But said,
This
so
is
this
good.
is my fee, and I pay rent every month.
That's right.
Every year.
That's right. You do. That's
She just
exactly.
like stared at me, and but I think she.
Well,
found
the
it
same.
quick.
The
She
same
said,
goes
"Well,
to your income. The same goes to even just stuff you buy at the store for sales tax, all taxes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I just always love it when people are like, "Oh, so if you wanted to get rid of property tax, what'd you do? Would you like raise sales tax?" I'm like, no,
No.
no.
You're gonna tax
Poker.
You just cut spinning.
$5. Fine.
I want to meet.
They don't have to like tax people's like
Too precious.
vegetables that grow in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
yard and shit. Like, oh, you got a garden?
That up pretty
You got to
You
pay
sell them
us.
for over $20.
Everyone wants to
Ain't
cut
that the truth,
taxes.
though?
Everyone wants to
People-
expand, welfare programs,
Yeah.
but no one wants to cut spending.
Yep.
You know?
Pretty much. No, it's damn cake.
They want all the cake and to eat it too.
But they don't want to pay for it.
But people want the cake too.
I got notes about the Christmas party,
Especially
and I
Bernie's.
wrote down some of our ideas about our goals. Is there anything else I should write down?
There's an event that I would like to see happen. I would like to do like a outreach educational thing at UNCA, talking about volunteerism.
It's a good idea.
They'd be like, you know what? Here's what I did last time. It was pretty successful. In like a big ball of candy, chocolates, fun size,
You want some candy, kid?
and then you have like a sign that says like, you have a sign that says like, ask me about volunteerism or ask me about whatever peaceful parenting or
White man.
ask me, and they'll
Bring
come up to
free
you,
doobies.
right? And they'll come up to you, and you'd be surprised. These kids are in this experimental
College
phase.
full of volunteers.
They want to learn about these new ideas and stuff. And the stuff that we're going to be talking about isn't something they're going to be hearing on their college campus, with all their socialist professors and all that bullshit.
Could we get like kicked off? Like, how do we get on?
I just
Well,
asked
just
for any
tell them
premise.
we
I
go
just
to
I just
school
went there, got a
back,
bulk
man.
candy, and I even talked to a professor, who accused me of hating the environment and being on the Koch brothers dole.
Yes, you got them wound. That's
I mean,
awesome.
I wish I had some Koch brother money. That'd be cool.
That'd be freaking great.
Are there any?
They're libertarian.
ideas
They should
about-
be sympathetic to our cause, right?
You would
Are
think.
there any ideas
Write 'em
about
a letter.
fun events? Like, what's a fun event? Someone already mentioned something like
We should
Year
go
would
camping.
we be trying to do these events?
Camping. Yes.
A big
There's
camping
what?
event.
When in
If
the
anybody-
year,
if anybody-
like weather, like
yeah. Let's think about some like next 3 months, like winter events.
Yeah.
What are some winter things people could do?
North Carolina.
Oh, that's
Well, we could play even just game night. Like that's
like-
what I
Let's
Yeah,
do
that'd
game
be
nights.
cool.
Yeah, do it.
winning games.
Yes, game nights. I'm about. And again, even if you can't think of it here, if you have any ideas for events, message Michelle Ferris. She'll put it
Yeah.
together. She'll make your ideas.
Yeah,
In the
I
life.
know.
Another idea would be to have
Bowling
something
alley.
that's kid free, because I know there's a lot of
Yeah.
non parents that have to deal with a lot of kids. So if the non parents wanted to,
Kid
or even the
free.
parents for that matter,
Yeah.
wanted to have an event that didn't have a bunch
TVI
of kids running around.
Psychedelic Sunday.
Party
I
without
was
kids.
gonna say take some mushrooms.
Yeah, but it is like they get a babysitter.
Talk about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you
Oh, okay.
go. And maybe
Not
some
like we're providing.
On Rachel's work
no,
stuff.
just like no kids welcome.
Okay.
No offense,
Oh.
but like
No offense, but don't bring it.
don't bring your
I think it
kids.
could be fun to have
Just so you guys get a break from the kids.
There
I
was
mean,
Yeah.
something even like within the community, not just this, but there's a what is that, trivia night at one of the breweries
Oh
down.
yeah, the
I
lab
would
has
love
trivia
to do
night.
that,
Oh,
put it on there, lab trivia night.
but like,
Yeah.
you know, it
We
doesn't
do
have to
lab
be
trivia
like
night. We could
it's just
also
with people you care
No,
about.
it's- I wanna do that one, exactly.
We could go
At
to
our
one of the
house.
breweries too.
There's the Noble Cider tasting room is pretty cool,
Mhm.
and they have food trucks.
Free coffee at Counterculture. every
And
night.
at these events,
Well, that's
take pictures, guys, and upload them on the group so we can get them on the website and show the people what we're
Yeah, and
actually
just so you
doing
guys know,
show.
we're going to be redoing the website because it's not really working out for us. So that's
You
a.
did a great job. Ann.
Oh no, I don't feel bad about it. I'm proud of that we got something up quickly that works. But now we need to figure something else out. So that's
I'll
a
leave
goal
this for
the-
you to put
before the next
I
meeting.
already did.
Here, don't-
Did we change it?
I just added one for marketing. And I
Okay, I've got a market.
okay, it doesn't even matter what it is, really. Just
All right. Well, does anyone else have anything they want to talk about or
it's like
say?
normally I would want to hear from the committee heads, but we don't have any.
Does anyone want to say something, suggest something, discuss something? No.
I would like to get us set up meeting monthly outside of this.
I mean, we
For the
could definitely
admins.
really dig into the how
Yeah, we'll do
of
that.
some of these things,
Okay.
Yeah,
you know.
let's.
but that doesn't have to happen here.
I think that's kind of like what we did before this. We met an hour before and like chatted about all this stuff.
Yeah.
So speaking to admins, I guess I'd imagine y'all are probably admins.
Yeah, basically.
I guess what's the ultimate? What's the end?
That's
That's the end goal.
One thing we're
If we're an apolitical group, which that's fine. I think that's a good deal. But our philosophy, are we like?
Well,
are we
right now
trying
we're just trying to
live
promote
peacefully?
and come together as a community. But we're trying to figure. I don't really know.
We
that
are working on that
End
now.
goal: wake
like, how do you-
7 billion people up.
Yeah.
Well, eventually,
I think we're even shooting for like our own like building.
Yeah, like some
Our
land and a
community.
building
Yeah.
and a place.
Kind of like a convent. It's gonna get rated by the 5-0.
Kind of like a church.
you're thinking more like a compound.
I like that word.
No, but no, we do seriously. We do. We would eventually like have an intentional community.
The
So,
peaceful
like someone buys
parents.
a big plot of land. There's like subplots, and people have their own thing.
That's how it
but
all
we-
starts.
I got 300 acres in South Carolina.
But it's also about
Do you?
Yeah.
We'll take that.
oh,
Will
holy
you
shit,
donate
300 acres.
If you donate it to
Holy
our group,
shit.
we will relocate to South Carolina.
Oh, they were talking about camping. I was like, got 300 acres on
That's crazy.
No,
That's
Well,
honestly, I think for someone to help us with some,
yeah.
what we're gonna-
That's
one of our goals is going to be. We don't have any money to like. We need ownership. Like we need to be able to.
Most of us are rent
We're
houses or whatever.
we can afford to buy like a sub per person, like a
People who have principles
100
usually don't have
acre
much
plot.
money.
You know what I mean?
It's a good thing about South Carolina. It's cheap.
Oh yeah, that's incredible. But yeah, that's one of the ultimate goals is having an intentional community that's kind of a big plot of land with subplots that each of us have our own thing.
And we
you
can
know.
either-
that is part of it.
I think that's
Well,
a big ultimate goal.
That's
don't
the
you?
goal of some people. That's
Still working on it.
that's one of the difficult things of coming up with the goal of the group because some people might not give a shit about that.
Yeah,
And
well,
you don't necessarily have to be.
It's not that I don't give a shit about it. It's just like if that's a goal, like we have to like be shooting towards like in that trajectory, right?
And see, to me, that's a goal of a subcommunity. That's a goal of the peaceful parenting people who want a close-knit community, so that specifically for me, like so that my kids can go be with other kids without us having to drive them somewhere every day.
But
like-
yeah, and the other thing is we want to. The bigger our community grows, the more freely we can live, the more division of labor that's involved. Like say
Agorist network.
the
Agorist
agorist
network.
businesses, like you know what that is, agorism, like, or say that maybe
Minimizing the tax.
a kid's unschooling, he wants to learn about rocket motors, or he wants to learn about marine biology. The more people you have, the more likely someone's going to be a subject matter expert. They can have classes with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, and also
So
it
growth
helps
is really what we're for.
activism too. Like, let's say we want to do the drain nullification handouts. Well, if you have 200 people out there instead of 10, well, that's going to be much more of an
Yeah.
impact.
I think that part
Um,
of that too, though, like what you're asking is like, do we want to educate people, or do we want to get the people who are already like there, almost there,
Both.
to come here? And
Both.
I
Kind of,
think
yeah.
it's
Both.
easier to get like what they call like warm traffic, the people who are already like pretty interested in like just asking the questions. Be like, oh, what kind of communities are available around the U.S.? And then when you say Asheville, here's what we've got. Here's our pictures, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
they will be more likely to come, and that's going to be a lot less money or effort for us to like put in to get them to come here.
Well,
And,
to
like,
me, it's
that's how we all
both.
came here, you
To
know?
me, we can do that, but that doesn't preclude us from also doing outreach events like I'm discussing, or advertising on Facebook or on other social media about these ideas and about our community here. I mean, I know I've converted quite a few people from minarchism or statism to volunteerism, and it's a great feeling because we don't want to just have our very insular enclave here. We also want to help spread the idea to others.
I think that's a good question
You
to
know?
have though, is are we going to majority of our efforts, because you do get pulled in a lot of directions if you're trying to create a community, like are we going to put in to tell Democrats that they shouldn't vote for Bernie Sanders, that
Right.
instead they should care about personal private property?
Las
Or are
Vegas.
we going to tell
Yeah, I agree.
unschoolers who are
Yeah.
still voting and are like, I'm not really sure how I feel
All I know is
politically."
that school sucks.
You're talking
Yeah.
about triage care. The
It is
triage
true.
method.
It is
Yeah.
true. Like you don't
Yeah,
waste
that's-
time on people you can't.
Yeah, that's that. We can
I'm
of
very,
course
like,
be
nihilistic
triage.
about trying to actually like talk to people, like, especially
Well,
over the internet. Like,
Well,
that's not
the way I've always done
You
it's
don't
always
like
been
them up then,
successful.
It's like 4 years later, they're like the seed.
You plant the seed and they sprout. Yeah.
That's
Well, the way
That's
the way I've always been successful
Maybe I've
is
learned from others.
like maybe I'll have a scientist ask me about, and I say like free market anarchism or whatever it is, and they'll come up to me, and they wouldn't come up to me unless they were somewhat curious or open-minded. Sometimes they just want to be a dick and troll me, but
well, what
that's
I mean,
not the
especially,
majority of the
too, is, like,
time.
on the internet, this is all our personal choices, of course, but like we spend time having conversations with people on, say, Asheville politics group versus spending.
That's a waste of
And
time.
that's just-
God, that's terrible. I got sucked down that hole.
You know, versus spending time doing other
And I
things
think
that
that's-
are actually
Oh,
getting
you're
people
right.
to
That's a poor use
should
of
be
time.
focused on helping guide the group with those suggestions. Like, you know what I mean?
Well-
because we're talking about activism.
Well, that's
promotion.
Yeah, like promotion. But
Although it also kind of falls into marketing. So I
well,
don't
that's
know.
why I mentioned like charity. Like I think actually doing something positive for
Is-
the community
yeah.
is a way to be like, hey, we're part of this group. This is what we believe in. But at the same
Hey, man,
time, we're
they're-
just trying to do
I
this. for
think
you.
we
Wait,
should
they're
put
cleaning.
one
They're feeding
charitable
homeless people,
event.
cleaning the highway,
One
but
charitable event
they're
next year.
libertarians, so they're
Maybe-
selfish. But they're doing.
Well,
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great idea.
I'm just curious, I
Maybe
guess,
once a
how you
quarter we
get
should try to do
people
something
that
like that.
most people are not apolitical. Most people aren't. That's just a fact. Most people have been indoctrinated, and it's RD, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't really care that much
well,
either.
yeah. I
A
mean,
lot don't.
but it's still like just like a patch they wear on their shoulder.
I agree,
You know?
but I guess what my question is, if you're going to be apolitical and you're going to get people to try to get people to come in on a volunteerism idea.
Yeah.
How do you get them to do that? Because most people will go, well, if you don't vote, it's not going to change.
You know
anything."
why? Because
We say
just
few
the
votes,
mere
it's not gonna
fact
change
that we have a few dozen volunteers here already is in itself a big draw. Because most volunteerists, they're one of maybe 2 or 3 in their whole city.
Yeah.
They long for a
Yeah.
thriving community to where they don't
Yeah.
have to choose between being part of some sort of local community or being themselves and being able to express all
I don't think we should like shoot for. We're not like shooting for like a political party size kind of thing. Like I mean,
See,
we're not going to be.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
choose Asheville because of the different laws that it had or because of its tax code. We chose it because of the culture and the environment that affects us day to day.
You can also try to get some-
And the culture here is people tend to be a little more open-minded to outside the box ideas. There tends to be a lot of support for peaceful parenting and unschooling here. There's
Hey, we've got this stuff out here.
it's just
It
very
might seem less
right
charity, like
for
it
us
is.
to come in and say, hey, we share these ideas about peace and non-aggression. You know, here's some other things that go hand in hand with that. And there's also the conservative people who live outside that. Hey, we like free market, capitalism,
you
enterprise.
meet people where they're at.
These
and
are
just
other
try to bring
corollaries
them
with
you.
that, you know.
Mhm.
It's a very cool location for our lifestyle. So we focus very little on the laws because we try to not follow as many as we can, anyways.
No,
We
We're
focus
trying
on the
to
environment.
we're trying to live as
culture,
free as we
right?
can now. right?
Exactly. And to us,
And-
and to us, participating in the political system is kind of productive because you might win a few battles and get a tax lowered or a little bit less
But it-
spending, but you add
you-
legitimacy by
Yeah, you
participation.
add legitimacy.
You know, and that's kind of, you
They're
know,
gonna let you last
There
8
is
and 20
still-
years. I'll wait.
There's a lot of interesting
like
room for
50.
debate, I think,
Yeah.
in this kind of conversation.
Why do you have to wait?
Sure.
Like if somebody came and said, "Hey, I
Sarcasm.
think we should vote."
I know, you don't have to wait.
There's this local event that's
That's
happening.
exactly the
we
point.
have
You don't have
potential-
to.
You know, I'd be open to
You're not
really
gonna be
discussing
booted out
that.
of
Not,
it.
it's not against our principles.
yeah, if people want to
per
vote,
se.
we're not
We
against
just
them
generally
ethically.
feel like it's
We just don't do it
unproductive,
ourselves,
kind of
you know.
pathetic, but-
there's nothing ethically wrong with voting to try to defend yourself. That's
So-
a legitimate activity. It's just one I don't think is very very effective.
It's basically
but-
like a hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
And there are those negatives of thinking you're doing something when you're really not, and legitimizing a system that
Yeah.
requires your voluntary participation to even be able to claim.
Like how did Ayn Rand say it? They always want the sanction of the victim. Ayn Rand was always talking about Atlas Shrugged. I like the way she said. She says they're always seeking the sanction of the victim.
Yeah.
To me, that's like voting. You're kind of getting
true.
the sanction. You're sanctioned to their authority itself. Even if you're lowering taxes, you're still providing sanction.
only
They're
work
the
like
person
10.
who gets
I
to make
cannot,
that decision.
no.
I look at how much time people spend like campaigning for candidates and like making phone calls and going and doing this. Think like if this much effort was directly just put into like waking people up,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and we also can't win the battle. There's way.
Yeah.
way
Oh, dude,
more
here's
of
what I wanna
them
do.
than
I
there are
forgot.
of us. There always will be.
Election season's coming up, right? And me and Justin did this last year or last election season. Yeah, dude, get those signs. You appropriate some political signs. You paint over them, and you put things like "nobody for president." Maybe a circle A, maybe maybe even a Google volunteerism thing.
yeah.
And you can Google volunteerism
like
for president on the other side, Google volunteerism on this side, and then you plant those around next to all these different. We got on the news doing that. They actually put us on the Channel 13 news. Nobody for president signs. And they interview some people like, "Oh, this is."
That's probably
Their frustration.
Like, I kind
Oh, you saw the video? It was a big crash. What's up?
Do we feel cool with
I
the
like that.
logo
That's a good
so we
idea.
can make like t-shirts and try to earn some as organizations so we can like have a booth at the festival or whatever?
I was
Yeah.
gonna actually suggest that. Like, there's so many like local events that go on every single year that if we started creating a presence at these events,
We need to rent a table at all the biggest events.
So do we feel cool
at least
with, like,
people would
just
know
the
we
logo?
existed.
Yeah.
Can I see the logo? I just want to look at something. My wife owns a
It's
little
kind of
small business, and she can do certain
it's
things
kinda
with decals, and then we've actually ordered a laser printer, so that should be coming in a few months.
it's really plain. That's kind of why I'm asking because it's kind of
Yeah,
I
that's
think
Very happy.
I mean, I don't know logo on a website, it's fine, but like for a t-shirt, might want something a little more flashy.
well. I want it to be the same logo throughout the brand.
Yeah, but like at the moment, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
This is
So-
what it looks
I
like, guys.
like it. I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, if you guys like it, and here's the
All good, guys.
Oh, good.
if you all like it,
Are you still recording?
um
I might just turn it off.
I mean, I couldn't come up with something better.
well, yeah, but we're not the right brain kind of people,
Left brain.
Yeah.
I got a buddy, graphic
I mean-
designer. You can send it to him, see if he.
I'm slightly left brain and I'm
We-
like
we'd love- I mean, if
ambivalent
someone-
about it.
Even
I don't really. I feel like those things.
I don't
are
really
like,
care that
start the
much
small
right
stuff,
now.
Like,
So you're apathetic, not
Yeah.
ambivalent.
there's like
Well,
it looks fine enough,
It's fine,
but
yeah.
like
yeah.
I like
it's
it.
not.
Okay, well, if we're gonna roll
Yeah.
with this, this is once we start making bumper stickers and T-shirt, this is gonna be what it is. That's why I'm trying to get some.
Well, you can still
some
change. You can always
consensus.
change
Unless
it
somebody
later.
comes
I
up
mean,
with something
then it's
awesome.
the
But that kind of-
class. It's
that
the
kind of-
classic logo.
That kind of
versus-
undermines our,
I don't think so.
our reach if we're changing our brand the way
I
it
don't
looks.
think we need to change it though. I think this brand is
Well, we
fine. It's
Okay.
a big V. It's not too
Okay.
tacky.
Well, let's go with that.
It's
Oh,
$200.
I'm sorry. I have something to sell. Oh, hold on. Let me get my thing.
It's always just chilling.
You want something? Are you hungry?
You talking about the float down? If anybody wants to come down to Bamberg,
Man, ready to have a
from
bonfire.
pretty good. We floated every year.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Where's,
Yeah.
where's,
Diapers!
Diapers!
Diapers, baby.
here they are. Okay, so Michelle and I ordered a bunch of volunteers V emblems, and they come with a necklace chain and a keychain thing. And I won.
Oh wait, are you trying to promote your own?
No, it's not for me. It's for the group. If anyone would like to buy one, all the proceeds will go to the group's fund, where we can do to buy like bumper stickers and shirts, get tables at events.
Can I see one?
Yeah, so they're $10 each.
saving up for the big screen.
And the money that we paid to get them, we're not gonna take that out of the. We're just gonna let that be our contribution. So just a little. There's keychains too. I'd prefer the keychain to the
That
necklace,
would
but
look so nice on you.
there's the keychain part.
Oh, that's the clasp that piece goes onto for the keychain.
Yeah, this is the keychain, and then this is just like a necklace. You can have it make it a next whatever you prefer.
Yeah, I'll take one.
later. I don't have any cash on me.
That's fine. Do you want one?
I'd like one for a keychain.
Okay. Well, you
Pay
can
value when I
just
get
get the cash later. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Anyone else? Would they like a keychain? Keychain
That's kind of cool.
/ necklace volunteers fee. All right. Well, if you guys ever want some in the future, let me know. And
That's not going to give our organization money, Jason.
because these tables at these events, they cost money to rent, and of course the bumper stickers and shirts cost money to produce.
Oh yeah.
So it's basically like a startup fund. Because once you get
Yeah.
a picture, you can still make like a couple bucks off of it. You can just put Someone had to for like getting the startup fund.
Well,
for
the first thing I want to buy, the first thing I buy is bumper stickers because those will be cheaper in the future. And then we can sell the bumper stickers to our members, and then we can use those funds.
And I can look at. I'll show my wife the emblem or whatever. Like,
Okay.
She's got. She sells like one of her things is vinyl stickers for cars and stuff like that. So
Okay,
she can
great.
make
Like a
all
bumper
those
sticker?
a bumper sticker, but we don't have the ability to take like the actual sticker piece and print on it. So it's well, I show you what's on my phone. But like the Clemson pole, you can cut Clemson out, add that, and that's a stick.
What? So if you were gonna have those, it'd be big.
We can do it because the guy. That's the only part that I'm curious about. Yeah.
Well, just go to the
I'll show it
Facebook
to her.
page, and she'll see it there.
I'll show it to her. I'll get her to send you some photos. But
Excellent.
Thank you.
That'd be really cool. Yay!
And that's the kind of thing as our group gets bigger, having people that can help
Yeah.
us with that kind of
See,
stuff
Aaron.
is really
Yay.
So who knows? We might not be able to, but I think she can.
Hopefully, you guys. Hopefully, you and your wife and your child can come to the Christmas / New Year's thing on the 29th.
Be gone.
On the 29th, Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go to our hometown for
All right.
Christmas, and then my birthday's the next day. Her birthday's the next day,
Okay. No worries.
and then we gotta skip to Virginia.
They want to say like a little goodbye to the video. I'm gonna switch her off.
Oh.
It's
Peace. See ya.
I didn't know if there was any final words.
I had a legitimate thought to just move the camera.